You're adorable. We're my new best friends. Give me a big old hug. Yeah. Were you bit by the bug? Thank you. Thank you. And I've got a mouth that can shut somebody down. I haven't killed anybody. No, I wouldn't be the one you'd want to molest. Oh, yes, I do. Like, you know, we're best friends from here on out. Right, we are. We're going to learn. We're going to read together. We're going to do so much together. And I like teaching on a university level because you can say shit in class. I'm not a grade school teacher. Yeah. I am Janet Williams, a.k.a. the Tennessee Tramp. I've been doing comedy 21 years. I went through a bad divorce, and I thought, you know, I'd never been to a comedy club. So I called my home club, the Comedy Catch. Michael Alfano owns it. And I said, I want to come down and do a show. He goes, who are you? And I go, Janet Williams. Well, where have you worked before? Well, this is my first show. He goes, that's not how it works. You have to take a comedy class. It's $150 and the best $150 I've ever spent. But I've been in school all my life. Before I got into comedy, I taught at the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga for 21 years. Criminal justice. And look, all the criminals have justice. Here's the thing. If you stay around young people, it keeps you young. So, you know, being on a university level is wonderful. I enjoyed every year of it, every year. And I learned as much from my students as they learned from me. You know, it was a two-way street. Here's how it all started out, Michelle. When I would be driving along, I think that's a great idea, and I jot down just a couple of words. This is 21 years ago, you know, so I jot down, and I had little pieces of paper in my office. I had thousands of pieces of paper. Did I follow through on any of those? Very few, but that was my writing process. Now, it's a little bit better and more organized. I'll think of something, and what I'm trying to do, Ralphie May's a real good friend of mine, and he goes, you know, Janet, he calls me Sugar. Sugar, you have a 3-hour show that you do in 45 minutes. So I learned from him that you milk it. You pick a topic and you milk it till there's nothing left to say about it. I was the first white female to be on BET Comic View. A guy out of Atlanta, and he called me and he goes, would you like to be on BET Comic View? And I go, yeah. So the first year it was filmed in Atlanta. The second year, I think it was filmed in Miami. And the third year, it was LA. And this was great. The first year that I was in it, they said, okay, here's the deal. The makeup artists are not bitches, don't be around them. But there weren't that many females in at that time. And so they said, you know, you'll go to makeup. So I go to makeup and they go, well, we don't have any white people makeup. And I go, just do the best you can. So they put on makeup that a black person would wear. And my friends are like, have you been laying out in the sun? I go, I'm a ginger. I stay away from the sun. That first season, I looked like I'd been toasted in the sun. So being on BET Comic View, I've never been treated better than that. Ricky Smiley, you know, he's known everywhere. He was so kind to me. And then Bruce and Arnaz. I mean, it was a great experience, all 3 seasons. I love crowd work. But when you're a new comic, you can't start out doing crowd work. That means you really don't have an act. So I've got a very long act, but my crowds know that they're going to be picked on a little bit, you know. And I always make myself the brunt of the joke because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But I love crowd work. I think failure just gets you closer to winning. You know, the only difference between a loser and a winner is that the loser got up and tried it again. Bottom line. You know, and we've all failed at something. And sometimes many things, you know. I just think failure's a stepping stone to get to success. I've never felt like a failure. I've never been bullied. My dad was in the Navy 23 years. I was born on Midway Island. My gay brother was born in California because it's a rule, if you're going to be gay, to be born in California. And we were always the new kids in school. So you knew if you could make people laugh, you weren't going to be bullied.